Hey there! Welcome to On-Site Insight, where we talk about projects and subjects that help you move toward equipment planning and away from crisis management. Picture this, a rooftop unit that grinds on and off all day. Tenants complain about comfort. The vendor says it might be wasting energy. And finance asks one blunt question. Can you prove it? What if the vendor points at tenant behavior instead?
Curious. Love that. If I'm in the field, I'd want three things fast: evidence, a dollar number, and a one-page Ask Finance consign. Today, we map a clear path, 3 tight use cases, low-cost meter moves, and a checklist you can hand to procurement. No fluff, just meters and math that get budgets moving.
Okay, start with the most common question. Runtime and compressor cycling. Blaze, from the truck, where do you clamp and what do you actually need to log so the numbers hold up?
Start at the power feed. 2 goals: know when the compressor runs and know how much power it draws while running. If you can fit 2 CTs, one on the compressor leg and one on the unit's feed gives context. If you only fit one, clamp the compressor leg. That tells you're on-off and gives you usable kilowatt when combined with a simple meter.
Wait, so one clamp can actually give you usable dollars without fancy gear?
Exactly. 1 CT plus a power meter that reports kilowatt and a timestamp gives you runtime times draw. From there, it's 2 simple calculations. Kilowatt times hours equals kilowatt hours, then kilowatt hours times rate equals dollars. For most pilots, you don't need per second resolution. 5 to 15-minute intervals are fine for finance.
When you say a decent meter, people hear price tags and get scared. I'm not sure I buy plus minus 2 to 5% for finance. Won't they push back and demand revenue grade every time?
They might. 2 practical moves. First, frame the pilot as proof of savings, not final billing. Say that up front. Second, use conservative math in your ask. Use the low end of your error band when you present savings. If finance still insists on revenue grade for final acceptance, offer a 2-step. Pilot on low-cost meters, then certify with revenue grade meters only for rollouts or billing. That negotiation usually closes the gap.
Give me a concrete accuracy bar that won't kill a pilot budget.
For project-level savings, plus or minus 2% meters get you inside a defensible range. Revenue grade is class 0.5 or better, and matters when you bill tenants or apply for utility incentives. For a proof of savings pilot, a split-core CT and Modbus-capable meter, typically a few $100s in hardware, will do the job.
All right, turning that into dollars. Quick example for the spreadsheet phobic?
Simple math. Say the compressor draws 12 kilowatts while running. If you measure 30 hours of unnecessary cycling a month, that's 360 kilowatt hours wasted. At $0.12 per kilowatt hour, that's roughly $43 a month for that one symptom. Multiply across identical units, and suddenly finance notices.
Good. Now, tenant billing. This one trips up a lot of people because of leases and privacy. What's the safe, practical meter layout here?
Rule 1. Start aggregated. Meter tenant risers or the tenant main, not individual devices. Check lease language first. It can prescribe measurement points or consent language. If there's a dispute, deploy a short-term submeter at the riser for a 30-day audit window and reconcile against billed usage. That gives a clean, defensible comparison without overstepping.
And tenant privacy? Listeners worry this looks like snooping. How do we keep trust while still getting data?
Don't harvest more granularity than you need. Use hourly aggregates, anonymize any shared reports, and tell tenants the purpose: a short audit to resolve a billing discrepancy. If a tenant needs detailed data for their systems, get written consent and set a retention limit. Clear communication removes most objections.
Okay, validating repairs and upgrades, the thing that actually unlocks capital for the next round. Walk me through baseline to post-repair in plain steps.
Baseline first. Capture representative days. 2 weeks is ideal, but a few typical weekdays can work. Log kWh, runtime, and ambient conditions. Do the repair, let the system stabilize, then repeat the same capture window. Delta kWh times the rate equals dollars saved. For finance, use a 30-day post-commission window to smooth out anomalies and present conservative estimates from the lower confidence band.
Data overload is real. How do we keep the project scoped so we produce that one-page ask and not a 40-slide binder?
Pick one metric, one window, $1 line. Metric, compressor runtime reduction. Window, 30 days. Dollar figure, gross monthly savings conservatively estimated. The meter ROI checklist does exactly that. Meter read, simple kWh math, one chart, and one bottom line ask. Finance hates fog. Give them a single clear line item.
Let's add some friction. What's the smallest pilot you actually recommend? And be honest about outsourced install costs.
Smallest meaningful pilot. 1 RTU, 1 submeter on the compressor leg, 5 to 15-minute logging for 30 days. If you install with in-house crew, total cost often sits under $1,000. If you need a vendor to install and program cloud integration, budget $1,500 to $2,500. Call that out in the checklist so procurement isn't surprised.
Quick recap for people on the go. 1. Measure runtime and convert kWh to dollars. 2. Start tenant metering aggregated and respect privacy. 3. Baseline, run a 30-day post-test, present a conservative savings line on a single page. Anything else to add before we point folks to the checklist?
2 last practical tips. Set a short retention policy so you don't drown in raw data, and automate a simple dashboard that surfaces only the metric you promised finance. And remember, repeatability is everything. Same meter placement, same math across sites.
If you're ready to try it, download the one-page meter ROI checklist at onsiteinsights.com/meter. It's the exact format finance expects with metrics and a sample payback line. Run a 30-day proof of savings pilot on one unit and come back with the numbers. We also want to hear your results. Send pilot outcomes via the contact page, and we may feature your case on a future episode.
And if a vendor tells you you need revenue-grade meters for a pilot, ask them to run the cheaper gear first. Let the data talk. If finance wants certified reads later, they'll fund the upgrade.
Thanks for listening to On-Site Insight, where we discuss issues important to the unsung heroes of facility management. One final tip: keep your deliverables short, conservative, and repeatable. That combination wins more approvals than a flashy presentation. We'll see you next time with another practical, on-site ready topic. On-Site Insight, where we provide insight for your on-site.